Anyways, that's the real fake story on how Dr. Pepper was actually named after me. Hello, everyone. My name is Walter the Fourth. We have a pretty awesome game coming up here today. I'm joined by the one and hopefully only Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. It's a hell of a name. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Doing good. Just enjoying a nice tall can of Walter Pepper.
Yeah, so everyone might be thinking, wow, brackets already going on right now. Not quite. We actually had a tie for 9th and 8th place in after the Swiss rounds. So we're gonna have a play-in race here between these. Will get into the top 8 brackets, and the other one will have to, well, not.
And of course, I have to sit here in spite because I was like in 10th or 11th place. But that's okay. I'm not sorry about it. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, made it close. That's more than a lot of other people could say.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say, for like legit, this was actually a fun tournament. Cannot wait for the next one.
Yeah,
Gonna try and actually make it to the
it's definitely been a lot of fun. So I know g3rd0 and Furaime both know each other quite well. So it's probably a little bit unfortunate that one of them have to knock out the other one. But I mean, even if both made it into the bracket, that was going to happen eventually. I don't. Anyway, so
Oh yeah, at least they're going to be nice and friendly about it. I'm just really excited to see what kind of routing these two get. I've seen both of these guys race frequently enough to know that they're really darn good. So I'm excited.
yeah, this is going to be really interesting. g3rd0, one of the best energy runners out there. I think definitely the best one on keyboard. And Furaime is just definitely very well known for being one of the best of the best in the random community.
I will one day get to that status, but it looks like we are about to start here in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's see. You got both runners heading to Sanctuary. Go to almost making the trip up to that chest, but then deciding not to.
Both going in the direction that I thought they would. We're going to be finding an item here very shortly that I love getting in these types of races.
Yeah, and if you guys have not seen any of the spoiler tourney matches so far, it's definitely going to be a little bit different than your normal rando experience, because both of these runners got the spoiler log 15 minutes ago and have been able to study it for a while, and now is going to try and route the game as well as possible with having that knowledge. And we get our boots as our very first item, so that's pretty sweet.
Because, you know, we are speed running. We got to go fast.
Both going for the bush crabs here, grabbing a couple of arrows.
Ooh, a nice bit of divergence here. g3rd0 gonna go ahead and head down to Kakariko. Well, looks like Furaime is heading back to Link's.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like Furaime heading towards the eastern area. g3rd0 is just gonna do a little bit of checks in Kakariko at the very least.
I think we're gonna get a little bit of Saha play here shortly.
Good thing we have those boots. We don't need any bombs to do these item locations here.
Got ourselves that magic mirror out of the well, and Furaime is gonna be getting a lamp.
Always nice to have. Sometimes you might end up skipping it in spoiler modes because you might not need it, but especially when it's convenient, it's always nice to have, especially since spoiler modes kind of don't always have too many safeties around. So those dark rooms can be kind of awkward at that point.
Oh, heck yeah. It's one of those things where if it's convenient to get, don't pass it up, because, yeah, it's really nice. I mean, dark rooms are easy. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, you definitely want to go ahead and plot to the best of your ability. Because as you guys will see, we're probably going to stick really, really low health. Like, maybe not even go above 6 health, or 6 hearts.
And speaking of safeties, though, we did get that cape on top of the library, and Gerda picking up a bow. So we actually do have access, in logic even, to be the Desert Palace at this point. Not Desert, Eastern Palace.
And it looks like Gerdo is going to go ahead and head that way. With a bow and a sword, that should be no problem. And I'm betting he's going to pick up that lamp before he goes in, too.
That would make a lot of sense. Definitely a bit of divergence here on how to play out this seed so far.
Now, one thing I noticed here that Furaime is probably going to do that Gerdo didn't, since he didn't have any bombs, he didn't go into the back of blind, and I won't spoil what's back there, but Furaime will probably get that, so you guys can be like, that's an interesting decision. And yeah, looks like Gerdo is going to go ahead and do the Eastern dip here. As you guys can see from our wonderful tracker, Younker's wife, we do know exactly what our dungeons are, and Eastern is one of the 5-6 crystals, so not only is it necessary, but it's going to be good if we need to get in the pyramid very early.
Yeah, for sure.
And there you go. That's another safety option. Blue armor really early is a godsend, because if you are stuck at 4 or 5 hearts for the majority of the game, if you're in green mail, that's basically 1 or 2 hits before death, depending on the enemy that you're
fighting. For sure. Against a lot of enemies right now, Furaime has pretty much double the amount of health than Gerdo has at the moment.
And that could make or break it, because realistically, that's all that these guys are, holding between a win and a loss, is who's going to die first.
I like that it's not are they gonna die, it's who's dying first.
Oh yeah. It's a spoiler race, someone's gonna die. Interesting enough though, Furaime is gonna be heading to the Dark Cross. With that lamp, it's gonna be super easy. But one item? What could it be? I actually don't know because I didn't look at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't actually opened anything in the spoiler log yet, but I do know a little bit from what you have told me.
It's alright, I tend to ramble anyway, so most of the stuff that you hear me spew on about is just gone out the ear after like 2 minutes.
Gerdo getting a Master Sword here in Eastern Palace. Oh, there's a Moon Pearl. That seems pretty important.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that would explain why. And wait, what's this? Furaime is heading over to Aga Tower with a cape and a sword. What?
Ooh, Gerdo has to play a little bit careful here. 1-hit KO mode at the moment.
You remember what I said like 30 seconds ago about it's not a matter of if, it's when?
Yeah, does pick up that extra heart here now, so it should probably be safe at this point. Actually got better gear than you would have in NMG at this point. So, and Gerdo is a very well-known NMG runner, so I think he should feel pretty safe at this point.
Furaime. Okay, there we go. Furaime. Just gonna say that randomly throughout the stream. Make sure everybody knows it.
I'm pretty sure it's Furaime.
Furaime.
Probably not. Very nice quick kill there from Gerdo. Getting Eastern Palace done. So Furaime will have the potential option of heading into Pod at the same time as doing Eastern earlier by not going in and grabbing that sword right away.
Yeah, and the thing that you gotta sit there and wonder is getting the early Master Sword really worth it? What do you think Gerdo's going to be doing, which is going to make that Master Sword just so much better now versus later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely make the argument that it makes not Ganon Tower, but Aga Tower a bit easier. But with the bow, you pretty much have like Master Sword damage with the bow anyways. but you can't go for like the spins, which would do temper damage.
Yeah, it's always fun to just shoot cards with a bow anyway, so throw some of them vampire skewers everywhere.
Alright, so it looks like g3rd0 is going to go for that Moon Pearl here as well, and probably head to Aga right afterwards as well. Something the spoiler log does not tell us is how many blue balls will we have at Aga today.
I'm still hoping for my 16, in the hopes that it's 15 blue balls and someone misses one.
Yeah, or someone misses a lot. Can become 16 as well.
No, it has to be 15, but you only miss one shot. It doesn't count otherwise.
Okay. Well, I probably would not hold out too much hope for that today, but you never know.
I always expect the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's a pretty good mindset to have, I think, especially in random. Do you have 2 blue balls to start with?
Ah, dang. Didn't have our 3rd, so can't live the dream unless he misses one. Alright, let's go for 3, come on. Ah, dang it. And of course, we always wish well upon the runners. They are doing us the honor of raid for free for our entertainment. So please be sure to go ahead and give these guys a follow when you get a chance. But in the meantime, I will still rag on them incessantly.
Yep, I think that seems fair. So I think that was 2 or 3 blue balls? 2?
That was 3 blue balls.
3, okay.
So just a bit shy of my 16, but I will get there one day.
So one of the little bit obscure things that you cannot do in a normal random race is that these runners are actually allowed to have the restream up. So if g3rd0 paid attention, he would not only know how many blue balls there's going to be, but he would know when they will appear and what pattern Aga was standing in as well to make the Aga fight just a little bit faster.
Is it really that useful? Possibly, but it sure as heck makes it look swag.
I mean, in a mode like this, you take any time save you can get.
True. If you got 2 players that are running perfectly, it is down to the second. I think we've actually had 1 race so far that ended within a fraction of a second.
And hey, that's our first glove at Lumberjack. Cool stuff.
So I would explain our first one, and I am just glad this is not a normal open seed, because oh boy. Early required Aga for glove is just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a normal seed, at least you would have confirmation right away that it was an Aga seed instead of having to guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you kind of need that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Now we go ahead and take Gary the Old Man. One cool thing that I found from playing a lot of Inverted, if you actually walk with the dude with either a Samaria block over your head or a bush, you actually walk faster.
Yeah, in this particular case though, not too much, because we're not going to be walking that far.
Yeah, sadly not in this case. Which idea for the next tournament? Wink, wink, hint, hint. Inverted spoiler.
Yeah, that's probably sounds better on paper than in reality, and honestly, it probably doesn't even sound very good on paper as well.
I can always hold up my hopes one day. Alright, so with that, we've also got g3rd0 finishing up with Aga 1, gonna go grab his glove. So far, Furaime only picking up more money, a heart container, and we're getting this big old key since we don't have a hookshot yet. But wait a sec. Tower of Hera is a pendant, not a crystal. What are they doing? And
Yeah, definitely has to be something of value in here if we're gonna clear a pendant in a spoiler mode. You know what? The Master Sword, if we have to fight Moldarm, actually gonna be pretty nice compared to the 5-star.
now we've already got aggro acquired. Dang it, he's saving and quitting. Why you gotta kill my dreams before I even get done saying them?
Alright, so that's our second glove. Look behind that first glove at Lumberjack.
And since we're nice runners and we don't want to go ahead and do overworld glitches here in a wonderful spot, we gotta get that glove.
Alright, looks like Furaime is gonna head straight into the Dark World here, as g3rd0 is gonna be a little bit behind in the routing at the moment, but that's because he already took care of Eastern Palace. He's gonna probably be following Furaime a little bit in their footsteps.
Yeah, even though it looks like g3rd0 is a little bit behind, he still has that one boss advantage. So I'd say that they're still tied up pretty close. Ooh, we're getting ourselves a Thieves Town dip. This is also another pendant dungeon. Unless Furaime is being silly. Nope. Dang it, that's 2 times! 2 times he's killed my dream before I even had a chance to say it.
Alright, so that's another sword. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty free tempered sword in this season.
That is a pretty free sword, I gotta say.
Yeah, always nice to see Master Sword serverless is never the most fun thing to do in Rando. Or, you know, ever.
I was gonna say, or at all. To be fair, though, I mean, g3rd0, being the NMG master he is, probably feels more at home with Master Sword Silver than with Tempered. You think he like gets so used to Master Sword Silverless that he couldn't do any other way?
Maybe. I mean, you don't do NMG, Master Sword Silverless in NMG, though.
Oh, right, I'm thinking of Butter. Well, I could still hope.
Right, so Furaime did pick up the Ether Medallion. We do know, since it's pre-marked on our trackers, it's going to be required for Mr. Meyer. And it looks like we're going to head over to Graveyard Edge or King's Tomb here.
So place your bets now. Will we be seeing a burb toss this game?
Oh, bringing out the old memes here.
Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, hammer. Now, I gotta say, that is an evil place for hammer. Especially since one of our gloves, the requirement to get into the Dark World is lumberjack locked, and the other one is glove locked. So glove locked glove.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The circumstances around those gloves definitely not very nice. We are heading up that mountain again, though, so that makes that hammer probably even more obnoxious. Since we were already up here earlier, but we could not head over to East Mountain because we didn't have any hookshot or hammer.
Logically required. Oh, and it looks like g3rd0 is actually going to go back for that arm. Now, this is going to cost him just a wee bit of time, because of course he has to backtrack, but chances are good he's roping us in with getting that other sword out of Thieves Town. I bet you anything.
Yeah, so g3rd0 did open every chest except for that one first time in here, so I think that maybe g3rd0 was just like checking the log and seeing that it was in blindside and then forgot in the chest and just like went for all of them hoping to get it and didn't have any bombs, so I just had to come back one a little bit later. I think grabbing it though makes sense because yeah, with this low amount of health you don't want to get like one hit KO'd from enemies because of some random RNG of their movement.
That makes sense. All right, now we got our Paradox Cave checked. 7 items, 2 up here in the upper and 5 in the lower.
All right, got a little bit of extra health. That's always nice. Paradox Cave is like one of those little bit awkward caves in spoiler log because it says lower and upper on it, and sometimes it can be easy to confuse which one is which.
I mean, that's why it's a paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Down is up and up is down. Hookshot.
Well, that definitely is required and nice pickup.
Yep, since Swamp is a required crystal, no way around that. We need that hookshot. I was wondering if Furaime was going to remember Furaime. It's like, you left your portal up there for a reason, dude.
Yeah, we definitely don't seem to be quite done here up on the mountain quite yet.
I mean, if we're getting hookshot, we gotta check out Hookshot Cave. It's just you gotta do it.
That's the rule?
That's the rule. Get the hookshot, go to Hookshot Cave. It's probably why I place last in most races, but you still gotta do it.
Okay, we got a heart, so actually starting to get quite healthy here. Got 20 rupees, that seems a little bit underwhelming, but that flute, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, you kind of need that too. We are definitely not doing overworld glitches, so that's a must.
Alright, Furaime looks to be heading towards Pod here. We do have full access now to be both Pod and Eastern, which skipping that sword for a little bit, probably gonna end up paying off here for Furaime. Gonna be able to do both Eastern and Pod in one single routing over here. Then again, it's questionable how much it actually saved because they were already in the area getting that lamp anyways.
See, this is where a big part of how comfortable you are with low percent really pays off in sport. Because if you're cool with green mail and fighter sword or no sword at all, you can go above and beyond completing everything you need until you actually need to do like boss rushes, and it's like.
Alright, so in terms of items that we need at this point, looks like we're still looking for Fire Rod and Flippers and Cane of Samaria.
Yup. Because thankfully we got our bottle for safety, we've got our boots for speedy, got our Titan's mitts for lift.
Wait, where was that bottle? I totally missed that one.
That was with the hookshot and the boomerang over in Paradox Cave. It was a bottle of red goo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those safeties that you tend to forget about, but I love them.
Yeah, definitely nice pickup if it's like close by. It's always nice when the bottles are pre-filled because you don't want to do any extra trips over to Chops if you don't have to.
Right. And quick shout out to Furaime and that wonderful, wonderful mimic run. I love it when you're able to just set that up right in a way that as soon as you fire that last arrow, you just dash forward and you're just like, boom.
Mm-hmm. And we did get the big key right away, and small key here over on the Bowlocked side. Looks like that's all we're getting in here, so probably no progressives in here unless it's on Helmazar. Just a good timing to like clear your mind, get some dungeons done. We'll see what Garda decides to do here. Actually, the first one to activate the flute after grabbing it in Hookshot Cave. Managed to do that at the same time as grabbing the tempered sword out of Thiefstone, so that was pretty sweet grabbing actually.
Yeah, Gerda's in time for some really good mobility with that flute in hand. He's going to be able to mosey around pretty easily, even though he's going to have to head back to the the Palace of Darkness area to get that done. That's a quick turnabout with the flute, so not much of a loss.
Oh boy, is the Kinesomari gonna be in here as always?
Key under the mat, let's see.
Oh, a good safety still. Actually,
Man,
really safe right now.
I was gonna say, we are healthy this seed, hot dang.
We're heading into desert. If we have a Kinosomari in here, I guess a bad news for anyone who's hoping for a bird toss, because that bird is probably not going to get frozen if that's the case.
Aw, rest in peace, birdie. You will live another day. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, why not?
And just like that, Helmasaur King is down, so that's a crystal for Furaime. Tossing it up to 1-1.
Yeah, and both our runners are going to get their second crystal very soon as well.
Unless it's on Limo, I don't think Arcane's going to be in Desert.
Yeah, I definitely don't know, because we do have access to the spoiler log, but I have not actually checked it. I'm just a little bit surprised if it's not here, why Gerdo would head over here already, because otherwise he could have just waited until he got the cane.
I was going to say, we may actually have a vanilla cane, or a vanilla-ish cane. Especially since he's over here committing to the desert play.
That is certainly a possibility.
Oh, we haven't checked a Gina yet either. We could have a... What would that be? Would we call that Neapolitan? It's not near the area, but kind of inverse.
Sure. I'm gonna trust you on that one.
Now I want ice cream. Dang it. Coming up with a Lamo fight. Blink and you'll miss it, because with that tempered, it goes quick.
Yeah, not the best weapon to do it. A little bit harder to get any quick kills in. But it looks like a setup for a free cycle here at least. Alright, no items being picked up in Eastern or Desert. Eastern definitely picked up an item right there. Tempered Sword for both our runners.
And so we've got Gerdo leading the path with a 2-1 lead. Furaime is going to be closing that pretty quick, though. Armos is just going to be, heck, like 45 seconds away from being done.
We are heading into Agina at Gerdo's side.
Come on, Kane. Give us that red, beautiful thingy mabobber.
Well, it's red.
Yee!
But it's not a cane. I'm kind of wondering if maybe Kane is locked behind that fire rock.
Well, let's see. That would mean either it's an Ice Palace or locked in the backside of Skull Woods. That could be.
Speaking of, looks like we are heading to Skull Woods.
Oof, Furaime missing that quick kill, but is able to recover quite nicely. Picks up that crystal, and we're back to being tied 2-2.
Yeah. Nice, this routing is going to work out pretty well for Gerdo, because he kind of skipped this Ether. Yeah, right, he could not have even gone into my even if he tried to, because he didn't have that Ether medallion yet. But now he's picking it up right before, or like right after getting the 5-rod instead. So you can do all of Skullwoods in one go, while Furaime will have to come back here at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If the cane is actually locked here behind Mothula, that would mean that one of the two would be logically double-dipped, either Skull Woods or the Misery Mire area. You gotta do one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty rough at that point.
Right.
Spoiler mode is like one of those modes where you want to go to one area of the map and then like never come back again.
Travel the world, but just once. Only
Mhm.
once. Unfortunately, we can't hear the wonderful toot toot salute over on Furaime. His side. I'm gonna keep butchering his name until I get it right.
Yeah, I mean, if Furaime would come in and do an interview, we could find out. But
Hey,
looks
there
like
you
that's
go.
never happening.
So I should purposely say his name wrong, so he'd have to come in and correct me. Got
There
it.
you go.
If you're listening to this, you need to be in here and interview us. We will be talking, and you will just sit here quietly.
All right. Gotta say, a little bit disappointed of that spin from g3rd0 against Mafiola. Because the tempered sword spin does absolutely no damage at all on Mafiola. But hey, it maybe just forgot that they have tempered sword. Actually, wasn't that long ago that we were on Master Sword.
Now, you see, this is g3rd0's way of flexing a bit. He's like, oh yeah, I know we're tied crystals, but I'm better than Furaime. I'm gonna tempered spin slash the moth.
That could certainly be it.
Okay, now I'm uber confused.
Yeah. I think maybe... Alright, so we do get a potential throw here. So get your hopes up and get ready for them to get crushed as well, I would imagine. It's a play-in race. We got no time for memes.
Ooh, wait, I just thought of something evil. What if the flippers are in here and the cane's in swamp?
Yeah, that would be rough.
Also, we had an option for the burb toss, and it was passed by. I feel personally attacked.
I mean, it's a play-in race for the brackets. If you miss the bracket by like 1 or 2 seconds because you were throwing a bird, it would feel a little bit bad, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but you would live on forever in the hopes and dreams of all your fans. And you'd be remembered as the guy that lost the race for throwing the bird.
Yeah, but, you know, g3rd0 is kind of already known for that from last season.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you've done it once already, that's all you need to do.
Well, I guess he didn't lose because he was throwing the bird. Kind of lost because he was murdered by the bird a couple of times, and wow, there's our flippers.
Oh, I was almost right, and I gotta say, I did not actually look at the spoiler log for that. I mean, maybe, that's it. Maybe g3rd0 is just like, you know what? No, we're putting things aside. I'm not gonna throw the bird, even though it killed me last time. Let bygones be bygones. g3rd0 is the better man. He did not toss the bird.
Yeah, I think everyone can probably agree that g3rd0 is pretty well known to be very sympathetic and forgiving.
And I think Furaime just did a 2-cycle landmo with that fire rod.
Yeah, did miss the last hit there, which was kind of unfortunate.
Oh, he's leaving. Oh man, this is awesome. We had flippers in the lobby and a vanilla big key. And he's floating away. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough spoiler scene, not gonna lie, with all the back and forth we've been forced to do here.
You know, I'm kind of glad that I'm not in this tournament anymore, just so I can sit here and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, I am so glad I don't have to race these seeds.
Yeah, they are certainly very high stress to play because 15 minutes may sound like a lot of time, but it's really not. When you first have to find all the items, then you have to plan a route, you have to find where all the keys are, you have to assess what safeties to pick up and not, and then you actually have to remember all that when you're running the seed as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got access to the log right there, but again, if you don't have the time to actually type the course out, if you just got it in your head, it's kind of hard to be like, okay, where did I put this? Where do I want to go? And then you just got to make up stuff on the fly. That's kind of the nice thing about the spoilers, that since you can watch your opponent, excuse me, you can see exactly where they're at and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to change my course of action because I can see that I'm getting whooped right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a cool part of it. It's very much like spoiler seeds are sort of like Rando's version of NMG almost, because it's all about execution and the routing, except the routing is not predetermined. And you can also like have the restreams up at the same time, which I think the NMG runs allow as well, so you can kind of know how risky you have to play.
So I'm really hoping that the two are listening in on this, so that way we can rag a little bit more and then be like, I heard.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure g3rd0, at the very least, have the restream up. He's been kind of known to metagame his play a bit from what his opponents have done in the past, at least.
It's a smart move, honestly.
Oh, see, no diver down here.
Dang, no bomb to strats? I am saddened.
I know g3rd0 does like the hardcore version with the cane a lot of the time, so maybe he's not too familiar with the bomb setup. And since we don't have the cane, in fact, that's the only item we are looking for, it would make sense why he's skipping.
And is it really faster if you don't actually need to pick up the items? I mean, if you just go right through here.
I think it still is, but like probably not that much.
Well, now we'll never know because Kane was in the waterfall room.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if Furaime goes for it or not. I think doing the diver down is like a couple of seconds faster, even if you don't grab the items.
Yeah, because you still got to push the statue, you got to click the thing, then you have to run back, then you have to push the switch, wait for it to drain, versus go directly to the door, bomb, and then whoop.
If you don't grab the items, maybe it's even faster because, you know, you don't lose any time opening those chests.
Also, quick shout out to g3rd0 for this awesome Argus fight. Almost got a 0 cycle, but that I still don't understand how people are so good at it. You're able to do that hook dash at the same time you're holding the sword out and just like destroy those puffballs. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more technical fights in this game. It looks so easy when runners of this caliber is doing it, but it really is not. I know Furaime is a big fan of that fight as well, so you might see it second time around.
I've heard that like if you just got a good enough controller, you can hold down one button, just roll your hand over it, just kind of do the 3-button press at all the same time. But if g3rd0 plays on keyboard, I just like to imagine him just like face rolling it, just smashing him like.
Caveman strats.
Just bash his face on it until it works. Alright, so joking aside, I think we're in go mode.
We should be, yeah.
So yeah,
so
we don't got to worry about Turtle. We got the cane.
Yeah. g3rd0 needs to finish this up, but Furaime still needs to finish Skullwoods up, and still needs to clear out the rest of Swamp Palace here. I would kind of give the edge to g3rd0 at the moment. I think his run has been just a little bit smoother. Also, this House of Darkness is going to be really quick with where the big key is.
Oh, wait. Gerdo never went to the library for the cape. He's only got the bottle for safety.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine with that, to be honest. But you got,
No.
what, 9 hearts?
You gotta leave the suspense.
I mean, you never know, of course. But I think he's feeling pretty safe in terms of the safety he has at the moment.
Fair enough.
These are one of these runners are the top 8 runner in this tournament at the very least. So we kind of expect excellence at this point.
Not only expect it, but I demand it.
And we got a little bit off with the dashes here, but nice recovery.
Picks it up quite nicely. Gets the timing really well.
Yeah, misses the fire rod shot there though, unfortunately. It was a little bit high after killing all the puffs, so probably didn't get into the right position that they were hoping to be in to set up the quick kill a little bit easier.
That's why I prefer leading it over to the right corner, because that way the time you have to kind of screw that up is really minimized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was probably Furaime's plan from the beginning, but then missing one of the hook dashes probably messed that up a bit.
Yeah, kind of threw him off his groove, so he got thrown out the window.
Right, so if Furaime goes to Skullwoods here, that would have given us a little bit more of a good visual idea exactly how far ahead one or the other runner is, but it's heading to Ice Palace first. So we'll have to wait until probably during Meyer or heading to Gennis Tower to really see how big of a difference it is at the moment.
This is going to be a tad interesting, though. I don't think Furaime has got any type of green goo on, and the way this is said, you could easily run out of your magic before getting down there, so you just got to be careful. I doubt it's going to have a problem.
Yeah, it helps that we don't have to kill the other freezers.
Exactly.
So the magic before Cold Stare should be enough.
I just have the same memory running through my mind of all the times I've screwed up going down to there.
Yeah,
No,
for sure. I know that feeling.
I'm one thing short. Which cool bit of info that I found out for anyone that wants to run this game and gets to Cold Stare without a full bar of magic. If you've got a full bar of health, full bar, fire off a fire rod shot and then immediately do a sword slash. It'll go ahead and shoot the little beam thingy, and that will actually count as 2 fire rod shots.
Yeah, it's a nice way to save scum some magic for sure. I think it's like fairly precise, so it's not like super free to do it. And also, you would have to be full health in Ice Palace, which is not always that you're guaranteed to be that. We see the most common potentially mistake from Furaime in this tournament: not picking up the key in Ice Palace. I think that's happened more times than it has not happened in this tournament so far. Didn't back down though. So maybe this chest was actually a small key.
Oh, wait, I think it is. Yep. That's awesome.
That's a little bit rough, but losing a little bit of time right there. And right now, time is very premium. Nice stair glitch there, though.
I've always wanted to try that, but I end up killing myself every time. So I go with the hook dash.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's safer. Yeah, thankfully, Furaime has got a full thing of magic, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, even if it didn't, then the backup maybe it could have been the red potion to use the save scum method you were talking about.
Hey, that is true.
Who needs a green potion when you have a red one?
Ooh, he may need to actually use that red potion here if he's not careful.
Yeah, still safe from like not getting sucker punched right now, because nothing can one-hit KO him here, and a nice spin there to end up the fight. But definitely a little bit less than ideal Ice Palace overall for Furaime, I think.
Hey, he didn't die, so that's perfect.
It's definitely one way to say it. Furaime gonna head either to Maya or Skullwoods here. Probably doesn't matter too much which one we do first.
Yeah, to comment on what was said in chat, I gotta agree at this point, since Furaime has just finished Cold Stare, and now g3rd0 just... I'd say that g3rd0's got a good minute lead at this point.
Yeah, that was a realistic kill on Cold Stare as well, with the poke dash and then the double spin from g3rd0. Definitely on boss fight alone saved some time.
And it looks like g3rd0's really nice gesture towards the Murder-Dactyl earlier helped out, because it went to town on Furaime. It was really going after him. And see, that's the trick there, is don't let revenge take over your life. Be sure to bribe your way into people's hearts, so they may ruin other people's lives.
And then he kills the bird.
Poor bird.
So we don't have any silver arrows. Not sure if we're gonna get them or not. If we are getting them, I would assume that they probably are in Ganon's Tower. But it does mean that we cannot do the super free fight here on Vitreous. Probably gonna go for some vanilla strats of just doing some damage boosting tempered spins, and then probably finish it off with the regular arrows.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have the red bottle of goo, so it's not going to be a problem with health. Faraime's got the cape, so that's going to be really easy if he just wants to go ahead and don that and then just start whipping away. Also spooky.
Yeah, I set up to do the spooky here. Definitely saves a bit of time. I think overall, like at least somewhere around 20 seconds.
And here comes the eyeball fight. That's a 1 and 2.
Ooh, didn't get the spins in on that eye in the back there, but just shooting a couple of extra arrows, definitely fine way of doing it. 11 arrows at the moment, so that's enough for the mimics. But we don't know quite if we're gonna have to do the ice arm rolls or not, so might want to pick up a couple more arrows if that's the case.
Thankfully, it's pretty easy. I mean, you flute over to 8, you go inside the waterfall, or not the waterfall, the upgrade, purchase an upgrade, and boom, 3 arrows.
Alright, so g3rd0 doing the same strat here, then used 8 arrows to the big eye. Enough to take him down. That's some life goals. Having an eye strong enough to tank 7 arrows.
If I had an eyeball the size of a minivan, though...
You could totally get famous by that.
Right? My first concern wouldn't be, I wonder how many arrows I can take.
Yeah, maybe that's fair. Vitreous might need to go see some professional help.
Go find our wonderful friend there, Mr. Clear Eyes. Alright, well, we got 7 crystals now, so unfortunately, we can't play the guessing game because we know exactly which chest it's going to be. So don't say 1, because that's just silly. No, we're going to actually guess as to which chest it is. There are 21 locations. Or 22. I can't remember. It's been too long since I've actually
22.
done it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guess now!
Yep, and make sure to guess instead of a number, say exactly which chest instead, because going by numbers would kind of not really quite work in this scenario. Gerdo did get a little bit dead rock there for a while. Definitely some time that Furaime is going to get back from that, but still going to need more than that at this point.
Like a Moldorm death, or a couple of falls, or a Ganon death, or a couple of falls.
Moldorm death would probably be the roughest one, that's for sure.
You know, both of them are stocking up on arrows. I have a feeling that we're going to see an ice armor. So I'm going to change my initial thought of tile room with vanilla location.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case. Gerdo picked up the 10 arrows in Sank chest. Which definitely gives a little bit of throwback knowledge there from Gerdo. Was about to pick them up early on when they needed arrows for Aga Tower, but then they did the bush crab instead, and then still had those arrows left for after Meyer. I wonder if that was the idea from the beginning.
All right, we are in GT for 49-20 on Gerdo's side. Let's see what Furaime is going to do.
Yeah, pretty much one Death Mountain climb ahead here. Small key in the first chest, and we're picking up another small key. That's very nice. If we need to go to arrows.
That's another question that I need to sit and think about. I just need to play more NMG. What is the quickest way to get to Isarmos? Full right or full left?
So I've been told that if you have keys in this location, that you have enough keys that you can actually go full right and then still climb the tower, then full right is a little bit faster. But then again, like, it's a lot of variables that plays in, right? How well trained are you doing full right compared to full left? Because most of the times people do the full left, so you might be more practice doing that. But I do believe optimally the full right might be a little bit faster.
So it really comes down to just how good you are.
I mean, it's definitely like close enough that it's not faster to do in NMG because you don't have enough keys, and going over to grab a key and then going full right is definitely, like, at that point it's not fast enough anymore. So it's definitely pretty tight at the very least.
Ooh, we're going full on back. This is going to be interesting.
Alright, so about 90 seconds difference here, according to chat, going into Ganon's Tower. And Furaime is going for the full right. So I guess we'll see what the time difference is going up Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, and it's still anyone's match at this point. One bad Moldorm fall or death could set Gerdo behind.
Really nice Ice Armos fight there. Something Gerdo is pretty well okay. Up the wrong chest though. That's a little bit unfortunate. But hey, maybe you just wanted that shovel. I've been told that shovel is the true go mode.
That is perfect. Time to make that climb. And I'm going to check to see where silvers are. I'm curious. I'm not going to tell you, because that's just mean. But I'm going to definitely check.
I mean, if we're not getting them, we can probably tell them. But I guess that alone, answering if we're going to get them or not, probably is a spoiler too.
Oh yeah, we're definitely not getting these tonight.
All right. I have no idea where they are.
Yeah, no. They're forever stuck in their vanilla location, forever and always.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward.
Now it's time for the mean guessing game. What do I mean by by being in their vanilla location? Here's a hint. It does not actually mean it's in the Eastern Palace Big Chest.
Yeah.
Or in Pyramid Fairy.
No? Where are they?
Think about if you're looking for one item that's the most annoying item to get, it's always going to be on Laser Bridge.
Ah, the rando vanilla location. I see.
Bingo. Yep, sadly our other progressive bow is sitting on the Laser Bridge bottom right side.
Oh no!
Oh
Furaime picked up the shovel and mirrored.
no! Oh no! Maybe he can use that shovel as a lockpick?
Yeah, that's a rough way to lose a lot of time.
That's a big rip. He's definitely gonna have to give an interview after that.
I mean, I think after something like that happens is when you definitely skip the interview. Isn't that how it normally works?
Now he has to explain what's going through his mind the moment he accidentally pressed that button.
Was this the ultimate, like, bait by g3rd0 to pick up that chest?
That was it. That was the
Furaime
ultimate bait.
saw the restream and just saw the vanilla chest getting open.
He knew that Furaime was going to go ahead and check the stream. He's like, I'm going to bait him. I'm going to make him think it's in its vanilla location. Oh, yeah.
Furaime standing still.
Contemplating existence.
Yeah, can definitely understand that.
Yeah,
it's a very unfortunate early mirror to do there, especially if you see your opponent's position in the race as well.
Oh yeah.
The can take some comfort at the very least that g3rd0 was already ahead, so it might not have ended up making too much of a difference in the end.
Now what I'm waiting for is the super unfortunate death at Aga 2, so g3rd0 has to make the climb again. And then while Furaime is watching the restream, he's going to be like, oh crap!
They don't actually have the SRL room up, but I would assume that Furaime has forfeited at this point.
That's what I'm going to try and figure out. I need to see if I can find out where they're at.
Okay, it looks like it is a forfeit from Furaime. Maybe.
He's going to go pick up them silvers.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe go check what's in the dig spot at least.
Oh my god, he's actually going to get silvers. That's awesome!
Yeah, this is since Furaime has forfeited, doing that little bit of overall glitch there. It's definitely not something that they will get in trouble for or anything like that. But we do have someone who has actually not finished the race or forfeited yet. g3rd0 is on to Ganon. They get the Trident spin. Nice setup for a 1+1 cycle here. Gonna go for some dash threats and some spins.
Yeah, that's the fun thing, is that you still gotta finish the game. If you don't finish, then yeah, it gives your opponent another chance.
Yep, and we are going to do Silverless here. Let's see if Gerdo does have the fire rod equipped already. So probably going to go for the torch glitch with the fire rod. I've been told if you do not get this with the fire rod, you are in fact a boomer. Shout outs to Flame.
Gotta be careful when I'm eating my food here, man. I don't want to choke on it. Pretty clean Ganon fight so far.
Yeah, very, very nicely done here. Yeah, that was an excellent Ganon fight from Gerdo. So get your GGs in. The person who's gonna pick up the last spot in brackets is gonna be Gerdo.
What the?
Doing some
Dude.
swag and entrance there to the Triforce room.
I want to learn how to do the moonwalk. We gotta get him in here for an interview. He has to tell me.
It looks like Furaime has given up on the overworld glitches, going for some major glitches here instead. We'll see if we can get Gerdo in for an interview. Yo, we are joined by Gerdo. GG's, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez.
GG.
Okay. First question: how do you do that swag thing?
Which one? The one at the end?
Yes.
So you just do a fire dash, and you need to get interrupted by the sort of animation during your wind-up. That's pretty much all you do.
That is beautiful. Okay, that's all I wanted to do with the interview. So, GG. We'll see you all later.
Yeah, GG's, Gerdo. I'll see you,
Yep.
bro.
Thanks for commentary. Okay.
No, but this was pretty mean seed, honestly. A lot of backtracking forced.
The worst seed I have played in this tournament so far. It was kind of difficult to... Like, I changed my route throughout the run, actually, because I noticed some stuff wouldn't work out as I wanted it to. For example, I didn't even know that I had to double the Misery Maya until I was already halfway there. And then I noticed I need to get flippers first to get Kane out of Swamp and so on. And also all the Death Mountain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could do in less trips, but it turned out that I had to go there a couple times.
Yeah, well, your routing definitely worked out. You were around 1.5 minutes ahead of Furaime going up the Death Mountain into Guinness Tower. Your routing was definitely different for the early game. You headed in Eastern early to get that extra sword before doing Aga, and Furaime decided to just combine that with Pod later instead.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure which one was faster, actually. I did some stuff that I think saved me some time, but I also saw some stuff that saved him some time, so kind of evened out, I guess. One thing I was kind of not really upset about it, but that was a bit sad, was at the very start when I went to the bush crab after boots. I went there, and I think Furaime went there as well. We went there because the final prize of the bush crab was bombs, actually.
Oh, okay.
And I completely messed that up, and I think he did as well. I didn't really see, but he kind of saved and quit there for some reason. So I guess he messed it up as well. So I had to get the armor later. I decided to just go on with Kakariko anyway, because it was only armor locked by a bomb.
Yeah, I thought both of you were just grabbing arrows because Aga was gonna be a thing.
Yeah. I was kind of worried about arrows at the very end, which is why I went to Sanctuary, because I saw there were 10 arrows there. I really did not want to run out of arrows there, because I knew I had to do ice armors, and if you do some small mistakes there, and in Mimic's room, it's gonna get real ugly real fast.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so real talk here. How close were you to mirroring out after getting that shovel as well?
No, I was not. I knew that the key was on the left side, but I just decided to check. I mean, I saw I had a lead, right? So I can check out some stuff, get in some lore maybe. I don't know. So I was not close to mirroring out actually. I knew it was on the left side. But at that point I was confident I was winning anyway because I'm confident in my upper GT, so I don't think it would have influenced the race, but of course it's a bit sad that he couldn't finish because of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did see you go for the safety room before the gauntlet. Just probably, I would assume you had information that you were far ahead. Enough to be able to play it a bit safe.
Yeah, I even went left side because he went right side. And it's faster actually, I know that, but I was not confident in doing those rooms without the cape, which I never got. Because that bridge room, like, you never practice that, and without any invincibility items, you kind of have to wing it, and I decided not to take that risk.
Yeah, so top 8, going into brackets.
Yeah. I am rematching Kyong as far as I know.
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, I mean this time around I am using actual strats, you know, so I should be able to beat him very easily, of course.
Of course. You're not going to be rolling your face on the keyboard.
No, not this time around.
So your aim here is to knock out both the Brazilians back to back?
Yeah, of course. What else can I do? I mean, if I look at the bracket, like after that, after I beat Kyong, you know, I basically won the tournament already because he's the strongest player in here. So that's actually the real finals coming up.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
I feel that poor Pika Pals is just like sitting in the corner, quietly weeping.
I don't know, I kind of felt bad for Ari there for a second, not anyone else, because Ari is actually also really good. Like I said before in an interview before, I think Kyong and Ari are the 2 strongest players in the tournament, so I'm kind of only worried about them, to be honest. But of course, stuff can always happen. So take that with a grain of salt.
Alright, GG's dude. It's gonna be super exciting to see the brackets because it's pretty much just power matchups, one after the other.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Is it best of 3? I don't even know.
You guys know, as a moderator of this tournament, it feels like I should know.
Yeah, we'll just read the rules document once again and then we'll know.
Kyong's saying it's best of 3, so that's probably...
Oh, okay. Damn, that's a lot of matches coming up. Very good times for Randomizer fans out there, you know.
That's for sure. We haven't been able to restream all the matches during the Swiss for obvious reasons. There's been a lot of matches, but I will imagine we'll do our very best for the bracket coming up for sure.
And until I get permanently banned from commentary, I'm definitely going to help out.
Yeah, it takes a lot, I feel like, to get permanently banned from SpeedGaming commentary. It's the only way to explain. Oh. Okay, I'll stop here. Sorry about that, boys.
I mean, I don't know if we can end on a better note than that. GG's, dude. Good luck in the brackets, and yeah, this was definitely a very fun matchup to watch and commentate. Extra shout outs to our tracker again, Junker's wife, and always fun to commentate with you, Mrs. Scruff.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys for commentary and the restream team as always.
All right, awesome. Make sure to join the Discord or check out the schedule for brackets matches getting scheduled in a very near future. And we'll see you guys a bit later.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great night.